a little bit about that. I also have to know what they do for a living, whether they're a fireman or a teacher or whatever. You just have to know a little bit. I have to know the ending of the novel. I have to know how it ends. So, all these sad novels that people accuse me of writing, unfairly, sometimes. Yes, I always know in advance. For instance, I knew that Garrett Blake in Message in a Bottle was going to die. For those of you who haven't read it, sorry for ruining it. I only gave you like 13 years, you know, and on the show, and in the movie. So, yes, I would know that, and I can tell you a little bit about why I did that. I just sort of know the beginning, the end, a little bit about the characters. I know 4 or 5 of the turning points, what I'm writing toward, you know, up to the point they meet or go out, fall in love, this and that. I also have to know what drives the story. There's always something, for instance, in this one, danger drives the story. So you have to know what's really keeping the pages turning throughout the middle portion of the book. I have to know how they meet, and I like it to be somewhat original, and I also like to have to know what is keeping them from being together. Because there is no story without conflict. If 2 people meet, and then they just start falling in love. Who saw Toy Story 3? Okay, there's this great scene. I love that movie. I have children. There's this great scene in there where Barbie is talking to Ken. And she's like, okay, you start this time. And he says, I. And then she says, love you. And she goes, okay, now it's different this time. You start. I love you. And they're just going back and forth saying this. That's what happens if you don't have conflict. You must have conflict. Romeo and Juliet, a little bit of conflict there. So you have to know what's really keeping them apart. And again, you mix and match all of these things and you try to make them as original as possible to come up with a story that I think people will enjoy.